Hello and welcome. My name is Campbell and this is Spiral Up channel, where we talk about practical things we can use every day to make our lives better and get more of what we want. And today I wanted to talk about how we are controlled and how the system stops us going for what we want, and how they do it. And they really only have one tool at their disposal. And if we can get around that, then things change pretty quickly. So let's have a chat. Alright, so thanks for joining me. Do you like my new background? I've got a tree, my tree of life. Alrighty, so how we know that we're programmed, okay? We're programmed through school. We don't really have a choice, right? They chuck us into school when we're 4 or 5 years old. Obviously, society and peer pressure, they all tell us, how things are. Advertising, news, MSN, movies, the whole thing. Okay, and now we're at a point where we're not allowed to even discuss different topics, right? That's how much how programmed they want us to be. So this programming stops us, guys. It stops us from going out and building the life we want. It stops us from taking chances. It stops us from spreading our gifts and believing in ourselves, because what they have done is they have built up a cult, the cult of culture. Okay, and this culture is presented to us as, like the fail-safe, as society will look after you. We'll provide you money and you got, housing and all this stuff, education. It's all part of society. It's all part of the system. Okay, so we get this belief, this idea that it's hard to leave the system. How do you go out on your own? How do you do these things? Because they make us think that it's like a support system, but it's not. Look at all the poverty around. Look at all the war. Look at all the people in jail, for no reason. This system is only here to suck energy from us and suck life and suck money from us. Basically, they are the whisperers. These people in control are the whisperers. They go around and they whisper in the ears of people who, have their finger on nuclear war buttons and who, billions of dollars of trade, and they change laws. They write them in. They're not legal. They're not lawful, because they just write them in and they haven't been signed, they haven't been agreed to. And we all believe that we have to adhere to these. Things like speeding fines, they're not lawful, guys. That's stealing. All these rates we have to pay. You build a house and they want you to pay them money just because you built it on your land. And then every year you need to keep paying them money, or literally they'll come and take your house away, because they still own the land. Basically you think you buy land, but you're basically renting it. You got to pay this money. But if you don't pay your land rates, they'll come and try and take your land away. This is what they've done. So this is why a lot of people think they can't leave the system. We are men and women of the land. We come under law. We don't need to adhere to these rules that tell us what to do, because these people who tell us what to do are not good people. They do bad things and they break all these, laws and statutes and everything that they bring in. They break them all themselves all the time. We know they do. They lie, they thieve, they steal, they fraud. But then they put all these rules on us. And as good ethical people, we all sort of say, well, we should follow these rules. And if you don't follow these rules, you're a bad person. But that's not true. And this is why it's hard to leave, because it's weird, right? What do you mean? You're going to, go and start a business? That's crazy. You'll probably fail. What? You're going to go and build a community in the country? That's crazy. You'll fail. You're going to go and grow vegetables? What are you doing? You're crazy. Well, you're not. That's the best thing we can do is build things that we want to build, and start building away from Babylon, guys, because these guys want to control us. They want to control every facet of our lives. They want to have cameras everywhere. They want to have tracking devices. Obviously, that they want to inject things into us as well, make us wear things on our faces, make us stay home and social distance, all this kind of stuff. And that's all to break our spirits and keep us apart and keep us in a low vibration. And of course, this system stops people following their dreams, like I said. So, it's like lockdown. You can follow that, or you can not follow that. You can stand in your power, and who knows, you may get arrested if you leave your house and you're not supposed to, but you're standing in your power. You can fight that and you can win. Okay, and if everyone did that, we wouldn't be in this situation, but no one wants to stand in their power and understand that when you do that, you will get opposition, and that may mean that you go to the lockup for a day. It may mean that you have to go to court, but we need to do these things. We need to stand in our power and tell them no more, no more. We don't belong to your system. Show me where I signed. Show me my wet ink signature where I agreed to your system. Doesn't exist. All they can point to, if anything, is a birth certificate, which we didn't sign, and we didn't have the mental capacity to even know what was going on. Okay, so it's all a crock, guys. It's all a lie. It's all a facade. It's all a show. It's just a big stage act. And what they do is they get us to believe it. And if we believe it, then we put ourselves in a box. We put ourselves in jail. So the main thing they have over us is fear. Fear, fear, fear. Fear of doing something different. Fear of people pointing the finger and laughing at us. Fear that they're going to come after us, that they're going to lock us up, that they're going to do whatever if we try and leave the system and do something different. But guys, together we're powerful. We need to do this. Okay, most of the time, what you think of in your head and you fear, it doesn't happen. And I would say all the time it doesn't happen. And it definitely never happens to the extent. We build up all these movies of how bad things could go, but they are never that bad in reality. And if we spend our time, that mental energy, putting it into what we do want and how we're going to succeed, then things would go even faster for us. This is what they do. They steal our attention, because this is a game of attention. Where are you going to put yours? Where are you going to put yours? This is like the army, right? Stand at attention. That means that the dude at the front is in control, and he's now controlling the thoughts of everyone because they have to give him their attention. It's a game of attention. We need to control our attention, not by the fear. The fear lowers our vibration, but it also talks us out of doing stuff, talks us out of being strong, talks us out of standing in our power, talks us out of starting that business, painting that painting, writing that book, making that video, whatever it is, whatever you believe your gift is, that's probably what it is. And you should probably put a lot more time and effort and attention into it, because where attention goes, energy flows, right? This is the thing. It's all mental. It's all about thoughts and the energy that is thinking. Where we direct that is where we start creating things. So this whole system has been about getting us to focus on what they want. And that way we end up building the world that they want. And we lose. So we need to get rid of fear. All this fear, about, of course it was overboard last year with the whole beer bug and all this fear. Before that it was wars and that, but we haven't had wars for 4 years. That sort of stopped, but that's why, a lot of these parasites have been going berserk. They haven't been able to feed properly. So they create fear. So they can feed from that. And they want us kept down because we've just changed ages. We're now in an air age, ether, an age of creativity where we can create a new world. And they're trying to hold us down. So we need to understand this and understand that fear is just fear. Don't believe it. Get rid of it. Fear will draw things to you that you don't want. That's what fear does. It really does. Like this whole vaccine thing. People are scared. Oh, they're going to vax us. They're going to vax us. Guys, that is drawing towards you what you don't want if you're focusing on that. Until someone has grabbed your arm and they're standing there with a needle in their hand, you have no need to fear it. Okay, fear is only a good emotion when you can react to it. You need to, if we can't fight or flight, then we just build up stress and we get angry and we get stressful and we get unhealthy. And this is what fear does, because all this stuff, this beer bug, what are you going to do? You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. You can't fight it. So if you focus on it, you're going to stay in fear. Okay, that fear should only be there in that instant where you can do something. Because until then, it's just a story. It's just a story, guys. All these people that are dropping over, we don't even know if that's true. The pollies have said that they've had the vaccines. We don't even know if that's true. In fact, I put out a video on one of my other channels saying that it is false. But like I said, until they're coming for you, if you're thinking about that and fearing it, you're just helping it. You're feeding it. Much better to put your energy into what you want. How you're going to build a better life. How they're going to be defeated. That's where the energy is effective. Fear is helping the evil. It just is. That's what fear does. Fear is bad, dark, evil. Creativity and love is light, and that's what we need. Love. We need it, heart-centered. Make decisions from our heart. Really, start to talk about things that we think about that matter to us. Because so many people don't even say what they want to say, because they're scared of what people will think and society will think. But we need to express ourselves. We've all got a part of the puzzle. We've all got gifts that need to go into this world to make it, the paradise that it should be. And we can do it. The only thing holding us back is the belief that we can't. And that is promulgated by fear. That is sent to us through the idiot box and social media and all this stuff. So turn off the idiot box. With social media, obviously, I always say educate yourself as much as you can with as many points of view as you can. And that really is the clinker, as many points of view as you can. Don't sit there watching someone who's telling you, oh, it's all bad, it's bad, we're all going to die, oh my God, fascist takeover. And also don't watch anyone who's always going to tell you, it's happening, just wait 2 more weeks, because that information is not going to help you. Sure, watch them once, hear what they're saying, then go get different information. Or sit down, meditate, go within. Because we are a Taurus, right? So what's the inside is actually the outside, and the outside is actually the inside. As in, we get information from the outside, and that gives us thoughts and perspective, and from that we can create things, and that we think we create thoughts, and that literally creates the external world that we experience. So don't buy the fear, guys. It's just that. It really is false evidence appearing real. It really is just a show for you. And then this show's not even coming together well. There's so many bloopers, should we say, so many questions, so many things that don't make sense. So it's not real. It's not real. We are real, and what we want to create is real. So let's stand in that power, go forward together, and build this new world that we all so deserve. Thanks for spending some time with me, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Remember, look inside, because there is greatness in you, and the world needs to experience that greatness. All right, have a fabulous day. Love you all, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.